So hi friends, I just want to show you the trees I have in my yard, in my garden where I do all my work, where I have all my plants, or I guess my plant nursery. Um, I have, before when I got here, this place was bare, very bare, But somehow as you begin to work the land, as there's human presence, and you bring in, organic compost, you know well, I just begin to work the land. I didn't really like literally till the soil, but as there was presence of plants, presence of humans, presence of enriched soil, organic compost, and just general action, you know things begin to happen. I don't know if it happened in the spiritual first or in another realm first and then manifest itself, but anyway, this place was bare and has been bare for the longest time, for years, because I've had this yard for the longest time, so it was only till I decided to, use it as a garden, and then that's when things begin to transform. So I'm just gonna switch the camera and show you the trees I have in my yard. Alright, so over here we have a Soursop tree, and this is a tree that I'm worried that it might be dying or might be deficient. So here, there are two Soursop trees here, and I have some plants under. But yeah, this is a Soursop tree, and it's been doing well. Apart from the mealy bugs that it gets, they just don't let a tree flower properly and give us fruit. But yeah, we've had a couple of fruits from it, and I'm grateful. But yeah, I don't know why the leaves are yellow, and we're in the middle of rainy season, so it should really be green and flourishing. I don't know, maybe it just needs more sun. But yeah, I'm not liking the way the leaves are yellowing. And this is a tree, a proper tree. I don't know how you check for any nutrient deficiencies unless I add something to the soil or do a soil test or whatever. Anyway, and then here is a moringa tree. It's been cut out many times, but it grows really quick. Recently cut a lot of branches of, as you can see, from the shorter ones. And actually, yeah, there are actually two trees there. Two trees side by side. Two moringa trees side by side. Two soursop trees. So yeah, you can have the leaves, as a great tea, a great sedative. If you really want to sleep, or just have some moringa leaf tea. And leaf is also powerful against cancer as well, just like the fruit. So yeah, a soursop tree, a moringa tree, a super nutritious greens that you can have as a smoothie, add it to your food, anything you want to do. Here's a Newbouldia Laevis, a cocoa tree, called fertility tree as well. It's not really a fruit tree, but people drink the leaves maybe for fertility purposes. And it's used, in coronation of kings in the Yoruba lands. So that is Newbouldia Laevis fertility tree, and we also have another younger fertility tree there. I planted that there, successful. So it's growing, but it's like it has some hindrance because of the canopy of the soursop tree and the moringa tree. But she will survive. She'll be okay. Hey, not really a tree, but this is tree spinach. Tree spinach with spinach, and it grows like a tree. Period. And here's a papaya tree, a taller papaya tree as well. I grew these ones here, so they're about 7 here, but this is the tallest. It's the one that has the red flesh. And I have one over here. Oh, okay, there's just a bunch of trees over here, but let me take my time actually. So there's about a few papaya trees here, and then the tall one that's producing fruit. So I probably need to get a few fruits down. Here we have, I don't know, it's bent over because of the rain. What do they call it again? Yellow oleander milk bush tree. It's already having fruits and yellow flowers. The rain has probably beaten all the yellow flowers down, but yeah, it's just a nice ornamental tree. Nothing much to say about it. Though I'm sure there's a lot more to say about it when you really look at her. And here we have there's more yellow oleander trees here that are trimmed just for space and sunlight. Here we have a young, if you see, this is the leaf. We have a two young Delonix Regia, which are flamboyant trees, flame of the forest. So they're young, but they're quite tall now. This is probably about 8 to 9 feet. It grows really quick. I feel like it grows like not an inch, but like 6 inches, like every week or something. So these are two young ones. I planted them there as well. I might need to move them. I don't know, but they're not in the soil. Most of the trees I have here, they're not really in the soil, but the roots must have gone into the soil. That's where they're doing okay. Because I would say the soil here is really not very good. There's some rubble under the soil. Here we have a tree as well. I don't know what this tree is, but it's a tree that just grew here. And here's a papaya tree. I'm gonna go on further so you can see it. We have two Indian almond trees here, young ones. Here's a tree, another tree that I do not know. It's alongside this other tree. I don't know what it is, but I really love that it's just grown here by itself and provided all the shade for my garden and my plants, which is amazing. I guess the earth just knew that, this is what I wanted to do, and it said, I'm gonna, bring up all these things and provide shade, and or let's just say the earth knew my intentions, and responded accordingly, So I'm glad that we could work together in that way. So I'm tending to this place, and she also gave me these trees. Yeah. So so here's another papaya tree, my biggest one here. Very full of fruits. A bit too tall to get the fruits now, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. But some of them should be ripe over there, and they're like a male papaya tree there, another little female there. So yeah, I don't know how many trees are those now. Here's another Newbouldia laevis fertility tree here that I planted here successfully. I didn't really plan to let it go into the ground or let it get this tall, but you know how life happens. So I just let it get that way. I think it's a very beautiful tree that everyone should have, and it just goes straight tall. It doesn't grow like horizontally from a canopy. It just goes straight up. Um. Anything else here? Anything else here? But yeah, I'm just gonna show you the canopy. So I just like this tree here. It might eventually have to come down, but I'm dreading it. So, and here we have, it's not really a tree, but it's a bush, Lantana Camara. It's really big. I always have to trim it. And here we have Soursop trees, young Soursop trees. Here we have a citrus tree, but it's a bitter orange tree, so we don't really, use it. Well, we only use the leaves. And the leaf is great, medicinally, as a tea, infusion or decoction, by boiling. And so the tree has been recently, trimmed, so it won't get to that roof. But I'm just hoping it will bush out again and form another canopy. Yeah, I guess there was too much bush on the trunk, so that just had to be taken out so there could be space around. So yeah, that's the citrus tree there. That's the fertility tree. That's a papaya tree over there, and the rest of the other trees. So I'm in the front yard, and just to show you the two apple trees which you're familiar with. So this one right behind me, that's a Malay rose apple tree. And this other tree right here, it looks pretty bare because it's just been like recently pruned, badly and hardly. No, not hardly, like very brutally, yeah. It's pretty old actually. It's pretty old. So that's the water rose apple tree. Water rose apple tree, and the one I showed you before is the Malay rose apple tree. So those are the trees I have here. Just wanted to show you guys the trees and the names and all that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, also I almost forgot. There's this last tree on the other side. This is a Morinda Lucinda. It's a very bushy tree, very evergreen tree as well, highly medicinal. mostly for malaria symptoms and for other malaria-ish illnesses. But it's very, very potently, very bitter as well. You don't even need to like boil it or infuse it or anything. You just need to squeeze the leaves. But yeah, this is Morinda Lucida. Does it have another name? I think it's called like the Brimstone tree or something. But anyway, Morinda Lucida. They call it Orubo in Yoruba. So this is another tree. You can't really see the trunk because it just has lots of long branches that are hanging down. But yeah, it's a great tree. It grows really quick. So that's the last tree. Yeah.